Hi, this is Kathy, and I'm back. Today, on May 5th, we're going to talk about the five. The five card. It's just a really interesting card because it's all about change. It's about freedom. It's about sovereignty. And here's the card. It's the five. And to me, that five looks like a spaceship. It's like it is flying out there in the cosmos, and it really just warms my heart because of that image. Before we go more into the five, I want to tell you a little bit more about my journey. I was actually asked Jules if I could be on her platform to take one of her classes in 2020, right when COVID was at its height. And the thing about that is I worked every day of the quarantine. I was an essential person and I went to work every week. And so when I asked Jules about the platform in August of 2020, I took a couple of foundation classes. I took the 7 Elements class and I took DQ1. And then I was ready to take the DQ certification. And that was October 15th of 2020. I was in that class. And the very odd thing about it is when I asked Jules if I could be on the platform and be in her class, and I told her, Jules, I work full time. I'm not even home. I'm in the Nevada desert. I don't have any access to media. And so I prayed about it and I asked Jules, do you think I could do this without being in any of the lives? And she said, of course. And so I would go to work on Monday, come home on Thursday, and on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I would scour the recordings so that I could be and absorb the frequency of DQ certification. It was a great class. I was really glad I was there. I think I was able to come in on probably 15 minutes of one of the lives, but I did it. And then right after DQ cert, around the end of the year, Jules decided that she was going to do a beta class on the Ohm codes. The Ohm codes, even the saying the word Ohm codes lit me up. I was so excited that we were going to work with numbers. And so in January of 2021, we endeavored to start Ohm codes. And so that was what we did. The classes were on a Friday, so I could attend. And it was all about a beta group. It was like the first time Jules had ever taught Ohm codes. And part of what we did on the platform is we read ourselves and read and discovered our blueprints. And it was exciting. It was a class that had never been done before. And so that is almost like the number 5 that we're talking about today. The 5, which is change, freedom, sovereignty, movement. And so the 5 is what we're talking about. The 5 is when you get a 5 in your reading, it means that you're ready. You're ready to take the dive into the unknown space, because you're not going to learn with the 5 like you would learn at the university with the paradigm, the old paradigm. This was new, inventive, totally unknown work that we were doing. And so I absolutely took to it like a fish out of water. It was like it was like, it lit me up so much that I felt that I was able to hold the frequency. I was able to stay in the ohm codes, and it led to Labor Day in 2021, when the cards were ready to come into form. And so that 5 is what I think what spurred me forward. The 5 that I was willing to change. I was willing to be in that Friday, and so grateful that I could be in a Friday class because I had got home from work on the Thursday. And so it was about the time that we started Ohm Codes that I said, okay, Divine, when is it time for me to leave my job? I had held a very important place in with the Air Force, with buying food, buying supplies, and I held that frequency of, it was just a beautiful point of light, so that that I could be there to help support the Air Force, the effort, and that was just where I needed to be. And then when it was time for me to leave the site, that was September 30th of 2021, right after we had created the cards. And I knew that my family, 2 of my family members, I have a brother and I have a nephew, that they were going to step in and hold the frequency for the test site. I was released and able to leave. And it's like from there, I haven't looked back. It's been a beautiful unfoldment. And I love what I do now. I loved what I did when I was in the corporate America, but now it feels like there is meaning to what I'm doing. I am right on time with my life, and I have embraced the change. I have embraced this 5, and it's like, whew, never looking back from that 5. It's like it creates such a beautiful frequency. And so we are coming to the end of the 5. And the last card for this week is going to be the 7. And that is a special card too. So thank you. I love you. It is done. For now, I will be back on this May 7th for the next installment. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you. It is done.